Welcome back to the Shane Plays Let's Play series of Torment Tides of Numenera. We've still got some exploring to do. We are in the, I think it is the Valley of Lost Heroes, Valley of Dead Heroes. Let's see if we can see where this is. Yeah, the Valley of the Dead Heroes, and we're looking for the first Cast-Off's tomb to help move us forward in the story. Did a little bit of exploring last video. These rips, I forget what they're called. There's kind of a word for them, but they sort of teleport you, even though there's a fancier, more in-depth lore description behind them. This thing can heal you, but it has limited uses. And then there's a camp up here, people we can camp with, and this I still have to interact with. So anyway, and then of course this symbol, which was involved with that murder that we solved in the first act of the game or whatever, is there. This one's dead, like its twin died or whatever. So I went inside that, I think, and got a piece of Numenera, or an item of Numenera, but I can't teleport with it. This is kind of cool. This statue is in individual pieces here, the staff part, but it's still kind of holding itself together. I thought that was kind of a nice touch. So, and I guess these are four-armed creatures. It says a faint humming emanates from these two statues, but doesn't seem to be anything I can do with it. Of course, this is the symbol I'm talking about. That was like kind of part of that death, murder investigation, death cult kind of thing. Blob of 3. Well, let's examine this over here. It says I can examine. The glowing liquid seeps out from cracks deep within the central hill. This guy just said something, some sort of, I don't know, ranting. This looks super cool. We pin our hopes on false prophets. We spit in the faces of would-be messiahs.
Let's go.
See what this is. That thing looks really cool. Rising before you is a tall and tapering obelisk crowned with a carved stone head of some elegant, sharp-eared animal with 6 eyes. So it looks like a 6-eyed cat, basically. Wrapping around the obelisk are bands of engraved hieroglyphs. Or hieroglyphs. Examine the stone head. The carved head mounted on top of the obelisk stares out into the distance, its eyes empty and mournful. Okay. Examine it again. It's just staring out into space. Okay, the hieroglyphs. Except for 4 stylized depictions of the same sharp-eared animal that tops the obelisk, the pictographs make no sense to you. Okay, let's examine them again. Sometimes examining again is a good idea. 4 of the pictographs are stylized versions of the animal this obelisk was meant to depict, but you can make no sense of the hieroglyphs' meanings. Okay, and then let's examine the base. The base of the obelisk is smooth, untouched by any weathering or other troubles that seem to have eroded much of the other ruins in this place. It sets in a pool of acrid liquid. The liquid smells foul and caustic, but the obelisk appears undamaged. It's unclear how much more of the obelisk lies beneath the pool. The statue's head seems to move until its eyes stare directly into yours. Wow. They are still mournful, but no longer empty. A faint, beckoning glimmer shines within. You turn to your companions, but they don't seem to notice anything strange has happened. Look into the statue's eyes. A wave of dizziness overcomes you as you gaze into the statue's eyes. You are no longer facing the obelisk. Indeed, you are no longer human. Oh, look at this. The tail of the dead lock in your mouth drags along the ground as you creep through the dense foliage to the temple. You peek out through the gandu fronds and see the old monk, Nimu, shucking how pods into the weathered steps, on the weathered steps. You pat out to greet him, and he grins toothlessly at the sight of you. There she is, he says, chuckling. There's my brave hunter, and with a gift. How thoughtful. You drop the lock at his feet and arch your back as he strokes your fur and adjusts your collar. But your work isn't done, sweet girl. There's locks aplenty in the grain room. Bring me a dozen more before I finish these heos, and I'll give you your favorite nibble. A dozen locks is nothing to a hunter of your skill. You pad off to the granary, ready for battle. So I got 3 XP. So I was basically a cat for a moment. A 6-eyed cat. Look into the statue's eyes again. Another wave of dizziness overcomes you as you succumb to the statue's memories. You watch from the undergrowth, terrified, as the followers of the bird god pull down the stone statues of the great ones and chase the monks from the burning temple. "Heathen!" cries their leader. "Worshippers of false gods! Kill them all!" A birdman sees you. He shrieks, "A caturl! We must kill it!" The monks hide their souls in the little beast. If we don't wipe them all out, the monks will return, as strong as ever. You turn and bound in the jungle as a mob of angry men crash in after you. And the obelisk fills your vision again. Oh, poor little caturl. Oh, I got 4 XP. Let's see what else it has to show me. You watch from a low branch as grave robbers tear up the stones of the ruined temple's nave, looking for old catacombs. Their leader sits on the stone head of a fallen statue, patting it and stroking its pointed ears. He laughs. This is what the old monks worshipped before the Gerudi wiped them out. The prince of the Saturl. They say his big ears hear all the secrets ever whispered within earshot of any of those 6-eyed pests. You hiss at the insult. He looks up. Hoy, there's one now. Hasn't been a monk alive around here to tame a Saturl in 100 years. He chirps at you. "Come here, little one. Let me see that jeweled collar of yours, won't you? Looks like lovely workmanship." You give him a disdainful look and climb further up the tree as the obelisk returns. The memory fades and the obelisk returns. It's pretty neat. Okay, what else does it have to show me? You watch from under a gandu bush as a father and mother drop double armloads of spring wood in the middle of the temple ruins. Then sit and mop their brows as their 3 children begin stripping the stalks of their bark. "Plenty to build with out here at last," says the father. "And we'll need all we can get," says the mother. "Without a perimeter fence to keep out the balls and the skullhounds, we'd be dead in a week." Ooh, that didn't sound good. "What about the locks?" one of the children cries. Father laughs. "Pray to Goonie, daughter. Maybe he'll send one of his servants for us. He's the prince of all Saturl, you know." So Goonie, it's Goonie. Ears prick up. "At last you are wanted. It's time to hunt." The eyes of the statue fade, though they do not go out entirely, as though it has divested itself of responsibility. Why it did so remains a memory, or a mystery. So I guess it was supposed to share those memories with somebody. Okay, so it's the same. So yeah, if I keep going in these memories, it'll just keep... Okay, so I'm not going to keep doing this. Okay, leave statue. That was kind of neat. The symbol is painted everywhere, so much so that the air is thick with a coppery scent of blood, both dry and fresh. So this stuff is painted in blood, I guess. And that one group of people just showed up, causing havoc around here. So I guess they're doing it. You know what? I never looted that. I'm gonna go back and teleport.
I'm going.
I don't think I looted it. Yeah, walk in. Did I? Let me see.
Ready.
Oh, 15 shins. It all adds up.
Of course we can help. Right, All?
All is that rock she carries around.
I'm ready.
Alright. Blob of 3. This corpulent mass is almost too large, but slowly you realize it is 3 beings somehow melded together into one. A fleshy jumble of 3 faces on a single head protruding from a shapeless mass of a torso. 2 of the faces track your approach, while the third mutters under its breath. When it speaks, the 3 voices blend into one buzzing, angry harmony. "Tell us who you are. Tell us what you want. Do you also seek the mask? Did you climb the leaning obelisk here in the valley held aloft by Saint Proverbius? The third face begins cursing and drooling. Slimy Jolien, wizened. Hate them. Cold and red. It trails off as if dazed. When it resumes, it's looking in another direction entirely. Ill. So ill. Tell me about this mask. The mask of Prosper. The truce is a sight. A treasure for the knowledgeable. A useless scrap for those who will not see. We know its truths, and the secrets are ours. Not for the weak. Not for the stupid. Tell me about it again. It's ours, ours. We'll use it to see the true shape of things. What are you? An astute question. We are three. A glaive, a jack, a nano. Missing but one. We require a fourth. We seek knowledge here in the valley. We pursue the wisdom of the ancients in this fallen age. We assess, we judge, but humanity is on the decline. It is only through purity and adherence to the old ways that we achieve enlightenment. Why did you say you need a fourth? What do you mean? A fourth to join us, to complete us, to square our circle. Someone to sing to us, to unite us. Suggest someone. Please leave me out of this, she whispers at your side. That's Ren. What if you sought a minstrel, a bard? Would that help you? Yes, his voice would soothe. His words, his leadership, history, could understand lore, markings, and valley. Second face says, need one who is similar to us, who knows songs of power. The first face replies, there are none like us, none. We are pure, pure. The third face gibbers profanity. You don't understand its words, but its meaning is clear. It hates everyone and everything but itself. How did you come to be this way? We climb the leaning obelisk to seek the mask of Prosper. Everyone should climb the obelisk. We entered the portal. We emerged on the other side as you see us. A maze surrounded us, over which the painful shadow of a deity was cast. It was a labyrinth of straight corridors and right angles, full of traps, puzzles, and monsters. At last we emerged, and now dream of the way to return, to optimize our experience. Do you want me to undo what has happened to you, or put you out of your misery? The strange creature reacts savagely, thrashing and flailing. No, no, we are happy this way. Happy. The conjoined faces look anything but happy, and its straining limbs are practically tearing it apart. But the blob's tone suggests that you're an idiot for wanting to help. Okay? This form is perfect, like the forms of the ancients. Need only a fourth to complete us. But where? The third face sprays a fine mist of saliva and phlegm across the other two. You are fools! You have lost the way. Three faces begin to bicker and squabble in an incomprehensible tongue, and one of them bites onto the blob's exposed flesh. The other two howl in rage and begin gnashing and howling, occasionally snapping bloody chunks out of their own flesh, creating wounds that heal as soon as they appear. Yikes, this thing is disgusting. What can you tell me about the area? Place of ancient knowledge, a place to rest, recover, think, to discuss. The memorialists have helped to locate and understand, but they are being supplanted by the new. The third face mutters, hate new. The head nods vigorously and proudly. The second face says that the new leave us alone. They fear Blob of Three. The third face adds, as should all. We are prestigious. Okay, farewell. You'll be back. You'll be back. So, I don't know. Try to find a bard to
that's something I could do.
A bard to join up. Can I go up? How do I... What is this? How do I get up here? That almost looked like a little stairway.
Yes, child.
What the heck is this? That looks pretty cool. It's got a hanging banner.
Yeah, that's something I could do.
So can I go up here now? I can. Can I? Yeah, okay. Who is this? Phoenix. We'll come back to
Done.
Phoenix here in a second. Is that the leaning pillar on the portal? Okay, so that must be Saint Prosper. What in the world?
As you wish.
Colo Notley. Looks like somebody's dead down here. Let's see here.
All right.
This 5 meter long black slab of basalt, or perhaps obsidian, has been smoothed by age. A stone statue holds the slab at angle, lifting it to the sky. Or he is lowering it. It is impossible to determine whether the incline is real or if you imagine it. At the top end, you can see a window into another reality, a portal wide enough to step through. On the other side is what looks like a harsh and angular world. So that's where the blob of 3 came through. Evidently. Let's examine the slab. It seems perfectly smooth. Some loving hand has polished it to mirror gloss, though distortions beneath its surface change your appearance with every slight movement. As you lean in to examine it, your reflection appears unspeakably beautiful. A few centimeters closer and it becomes a shrieking horror. This close, you can feel a dense psychic weight around the obelisk, as if a culture's hopes and expectations have been packed into a single solid form. Wow. The thought of meeting those expectations and ascending the incline is daunting. Okay, examine the statue. It is a gray statue of a robed man with an ornate warhammer strapped to his back, holding the obelisk aloft or setting it down gently with his muscular arms. He exudes a fierce determination, as if he were using every quantum of energy in raising or lowering the great slab. A sign has been added to his back, a childish scrawl that reads, "The Saint of Proverbs." Okay, examine the statue again. Yeah, gray statue straining to rise or lower the great slab of silence back reads Saint of Proverbs. Okay. Huh. Interesting.
Of course.
That sounded kind of low.
Of course. Go.
Trying to interact. There we go. I'm going to climb up. I quick saved. The slab is nearly frictionless, and you find it almost impossible to gain any sort of traction. But as you press your fingers into its surface, you can feel it melting slightly at your touch. You pull yourself slowly upward up on your belly. Inch by inch, your fingers beginning to bleed. You have just reached the 3 meter mark when the glistening rock begins to shake. You release your grip and slide to the ground. All your progress is lost in a moment. A voice cries out in mortal terror, and the menhir crashes to the ground with a thunderous roar. A great plume of dust rises in the air. Well, that's not good. Whale. When the dust settles, the portal has vanished. You could barely make out the fingers of a hand protruding from beneath the rock, holding a scrap of gray fabric that looks almost like a mask. The fingers twitch once, twice, and are still. A trickle of dark fluid dribbles out in a thin stream. Huh. Well, examine the hand. It is gray, the color of stone, least of life. It has no other distinguishing characteristics. I think I just killed the Saint of Proverbs. None that is, but a strip of gray fabric dangling from the fingertips. It is a mask of strange design, with lenses over the eye holes. And that's I'm sure the mask that the Blob of 3 was talking about that shows the truth of things. All right, take the mask. The face that never remembered. As you pick up the mask, its ashen gazes fix on you. Its ashen gazes fixes on you. I think it's supposed to gaze fixes on you. The gray fabric feels like flesh. A slab of wet meat draped across your fingers. A whisper caresses your mind. Prosper. That was the name that Blob of 3 mentioned as well. You feel an unconscious revulsion, and then you turn away from the fallen slab. This must be the mask that the repugnant blob sought. Let's look at the details on this. Face sculpted from a soft gray material gazes through and beyond you from ashen sockets. The mask affixes to your face with almost lifelike eagerness. It is clammy, moist to the touch. It's a quest item. That's what it said. The face that never remembered, quest item. Viewed through its lens, the world takes on a nightmarish aspect. Once mundane, objects twist with strange new angles. Familiar faces, those of your most trusted friends and companions, contort in ways that never should. In ways they never should. In the corners of your eyes, misshapen monstrosities lurch and stagger across impossible landscapes. The effects are subtle at first, but the longer you wear the mask, the more horrifying the visions. What enlightenment or madness awaits one with the courage to wear it for long enough? So, lore mystical specialized. The Mask of Prosper is an unsettling relic said to have been created by a mad visionary in a forgotten age. His rumored goal was to create a lens through which one could gaze upon the 2001 342 triangles that make up the true face of God. Perhaps the success is indicated by the shrunken holes that may have once held eyes. Interesting. Okay. Walk away. Actually, I should have examined the hand again. Yeah. Okay. Walk away. So I have the mask now.
Trust and honesty are our bonds.
What fettle is this? Oh, that's because she's got an artifact that's giving that negative fettle on her.
I'm gone.
Only this. See, that's what I'm talking about. Now he's shimmering and acting crazy like Callistage. He's got that multiple aspects shimmering around him. Or she. I don't know if Kolo's a he or a she. Looks like I can interact. What is this? Silk ribbons and banners flap softly against stone. These decorations are recent, perhaps several years old, but like everything else here, they've been forgotten. We've been over this. Here is the only place that counts. Ha! The other you said that same thing 5 minutes ago.
Fine.
Alright, let's talk to him. Kolo. He's got a big old axe on his back. Distracted? Disturbed? This cultist mutters a reply to a question you do not hear. He barks a laugh to a quip that was not told. Indeed, he seems only loosely aware of anyone else's presence. He brings a cleaver down just inches from the other's hand. Brings a cleaver down just inches from the other's hand. Okay. Will you watch what you're doing? You nearly severed my arm instead of his. That's Natalie. The air around him becomes hazy as he smiles. Sorry, didn't catch that. Too much going on. The two cultists break off their conversation as they notice you. The man, big, raw-boned, and unsettlingly unfocused, backs away from the corpse they've been hacking up and raises his butcher knife as if he's warding off evil. He points past you towards Callistage. Keep that crazy redhead away from me. We don't want anything to do with her. Callistage. That's right, Husk, says Callistage, laughing. I am your doom here, there, in every reality you can see. Don't you forget it. You and Callistage have met before? What did she do to you? He sneers. Fought you all 3 times so far walking through here, and twice that redhead did for me. But I still put my knife in your neck in every stream, so think twice before starting something. We'll leave you alone. What do you mean in every reality? Don't pretend you don't know what I'm talking about. She's like me. She can see into different realities. Callistage shakes her head in contempt. I'm like you, little man? Please. Someday you might crawl from the mud and look up at the stars, and when you do, you'll see me laughing down. You know, these cultists are bad news, and I don't like them. They're sitting there hacking up a body. I'm not particularly aggressive in this game, but these cultists have moved in and really started just being outright murderous. So I'm going to pick a fight here. I don't particularly like your tone or your actions. I don't think you're walking away from here. I'll make you eat those words, says the big man. And then we'll eat you, says the woman. We'll liberate your spirit. He's got a pretty... Dang, what just happened? Okay. So they've already took Makina down half. What can I do here? This guy looks pretty tough. What can I do? Warp dash. Teleport to a point, attack all enemies within short range of the point. Can I get both of them? I can get both of them. Dang, my best chance is 65%. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to attack this dude. Dang, my best chances. These guys are tough. I smacked him one. Ren can do nothing but hide.
All right.
Go over here,
Here
and
I
hide,
go.
girl. Go over here and hide. Cal stage. Flash. Man, these guys are tough.
A little something I've learned.
Alright, Matt Kino, what can you do? Let's see what I want to do here. Let's see if I can blind some people here.
Into the shadows.
Yeah, blinded both of them. Nice. Okay. Possession. I don't understand what's going on here.
It's disgusting. I should be rid of this.
I'm not quite sure what they're doing. Alright, dude, get over here and hit this guy. Actually, can I not? A weapon type. I'm going to do energy damage to this guy. Man, it's using up all my stuff. Dang, that was a nice hit. Ren, you just keep staying hidden. Can I hit both of them again? I can. Colo took some damage. Did they? I can't tell if anybody took damage. Kina. Come over here and drop this guy.
You fear me.
He's down.
No, you fear me.
He talks some smack. I can't tell what she's doing. She's doing like rend and stuff. I'm not sure. He just got a fettle on him. He's distracted for 3 rounds, and he's got withering flesh, 1 mental damage per turn for 4 rounds. Okay. Over here and jack her up. Basic attack. It's costing me like everything just to do an attack. Dang. Like just to do a regular attack is hurting. Yeah, let's see if we can. See if we can drop her. Cal stays. They're down. We dropped them like bags of dirt. People got hurt. Let's see. I used up some pools there. All right. Let's check this out. Heavy melee weapon, might. Does serious damage, but I can't use... man, that's... I mean, I'll take it to sell it, but... That thing does a lot of damage. What is this? M's Sphere, an oddity. First, just... What is this? It's just an oddity, but it's valuable. Small jet black sphere made of unknown material hovers about one's hands. Some reports say that it sometimes randomly changes shape. Has a slight vibration. When put away, the sphere stops all activity as if it can fill the vicinity of living tissue. So it's just an oddity. I'll take it. I'll take all. What is this guy got on him? Let's see what's going on. Hold on. Everybody move up here. Okay, let me go. Loot this dude. Oh, that poor body. Light melee weapon. So I'll take it all. So. Oh, that's the body. That was the body. Yeah, I haven't been overly aggressive in this game, but...
Let's go.
These guys are... These cultists are major jerks. So, I actually didn't feel too bad about picking that fight.
On it.
So, let's see. Quest items. I've got that bronze sphere. It's an artifact quest item, and then oh, am I using this? Huh. I guess I just held up that quest item sphere. The metallic edges of this engraved globe press into your palm. Interlocking spirals spin over its surface, pulling at your thoughts at places in your mind. Before your eyes, segments of the spirals rise from the sphere with whispering clicks, forming detailed sigils, buttons. Hold the orb up to the light. Light is faintly visible through the curves of the orb's inner spirals, but only just. You see flickers of movement within. Mechanisms, perhaps. Okay. Yeah. Press the cage sigil. Again, this isn't necessarily part of this part of the game. I just happen to be messing around with this thing while looking at my inventory. It's a quest item. You press the cage sigil with your thumb. And hear Alajern's voice in your head as though from a great distance. Doesn't make sense, he mutters, accompanied by the clinking of tools. It's like this thing wants to be broken. Interesting. The sphere connects you to people you have met in the real world, and more than that, you sense, at some instinctual level, that it can transport them to you if you call them while pressing the button, and they're willing to come. Huh. I don't remember who Alajern is, to be honest. Sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. I was trying to hit mute while that coughing was happening. I've had bronchitis recently. And I was frantically hitting the mute button and it wasn't working, so I apologize for that. Press the button showing a pair of joined rings. The button yields easily beneath your thumb. You hear Tiber's chuckle in your head. Okay, I remember Tiber. Oh, so this is like, this will let me bring previous companions back into the group, I guess. A large number of people seem to be panting, sighing, and moaning in his general vicinity. Okay, put the orb away. Okay, so I can call people. I'm trying to remember who Alajern was. I'm going to go look real quick. Okay, so Alajern, when you first start playing the game, you have Alajern and Calistage, and you have to choose between one of the two. I chose Calistage because I thought she was interesting and crazy and all that. So, and then Tiber was my companion. So I guess that little sphere allows you to summon old companions back. I guess if you're like, oh, I made a mistake, I want them back or whatever. So, Phoenix. What the heck is this thing?
Of course.
Well, I'm trying to interact with it. What is this? A tall wire and metal frame stands on top of a synth base. The base contains dozens of carvings in a foreign script. The frame has been cunningly devised from strange materials, and within it colored lights curl and intersect like smoke, dancing in a wavering helix. The lights occasionally combine to create human figures, which dissolve in a second or two without ever resolving into distinct figures. Okay, it's a monument. Lore, mystical, lore, machinery. Try to decipher the meaning of this monument. Who's got the best chance? You've got a good chance. Decent. Let's try her. She doesn't get into fights. I got it. Yay. I wanted to save other people's pools for fights. Upon closer inspection, you believe this monument, or at least parts of it, to be a recent addition to the valley. Nearly everything around here is weathered, buried, or in decay. And while the synth base meets those criteria, the carvings within it looked relatively fresh. There are even a few synth shavings still resting at the base of the monument. Likewise, the wire and metal frame has been built from several different pieces of materials, all grafted onto the synth base. So the script is a Ninth World language then, but not the truth. And the truth is like the common language of the Ninth World. Perhaps it was carved by members of a small village or aldea in the area, far from the larger cities. The wire and metal frame was built by someone skilled with the Numenera. He or she used disparate devices to create a beautiful vortex of light. This is a memorial for someone, or perhaps several someones, built with great care. The artisan's loss weighs heavily as you look upon this piece. Perhaps that is its purpose. You reflect for a moment on the sorrow the artisan of this memorial must have felt, carving each word by hand, shaping their faces in light. Then it is time to move on. That's nice.
All right.
Is it gonna... The helix continues its revolution, the light swaying hypnotically. It is soothing, in a way, a piece that invites somber meditation. You reflect for a moment, etc. It's time to move on. Okay, so let's see. We're at about 40 minutes. What is this?
All right.
I can interact with it? Do I want to do that? Bubbles rise from the pool before you, and its barren edges are crusted with a white rime. The acrid reek of the water makes your eyes tear up. Examine it. Despite the bubbles in deep color, the water is crystal clear, and you can see down into the depths of the pool. There is a brassy metallic globe down there, caked with rime, but otherwise whole. Unfortunately, it's too far down to reach without diving in. Ooh. Endurance and quick fingers. Dive into the pool and try to retrieve the object. Woo. 60% chance there. Let's see what Makina can do. She can get a 100% chance. Yeah, let's do that. And it barely cost her anything. That's minor cipher sickness. A pelican wrap. You dive into the water and your eyes instantly start burning. This actually, Makina is doing this. Your body is aflame, but you kick down determined to and scrabble for the globe. As soon as it's safe in your hands, you kick for the surface. You are screaming in pain as you climb from the pool. After agonizing minutes, you're able to pull yourself together enough to examine the globe. When you do, you discover it holds a treasure trove. Alright, let's see here. It took 2 damage to health pool. I gained a pelican wrap. Pelican? I got cipher sickness, minor fettle. And Calisage got cipher sickness, minor fettle. Then I also got Savant's slipknot and gained 18 shins. I don't think I should drink the water from the pool unless, that's like a way to, go into the other world, like in the Mind Labyrinth. I'm going to leave the pool for now. And I forgot to take a look at my new cipher stuff. Okay. Savant's Slipknot increases the stat pool with the highest value by 1. Okay. And then let's take a look at Calistage. Why did she get cipher sickness? Because all she's got is charm paste. Unless we're connected somehow. What else did I get? Fresh vapors. Dance of sharp angles. Well, where's this other... this cloak thing? I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Pelican Wrap. It's an artifact. +2 intellect pool, +1 damage per effort applied. Max +6 on esoteric attacks. Negative effects, -1 intellect. That sounds like something right up Calistage's alley here. Let's take a look. She's already got 1 artifact. I'm gonna give that to her. Alright, so now she's got +2 intellect pool, +1 damage per effort applied, max +6 on esoteric attacks, and then she's got -1 intellect edge. Alright, so I think that's going to help her. Now what in the world? Increases stat pool. Is this an artifact? No, it's a cipher. How long does it last? Is it permanent? I'll just go ahead and use it then. So I guess my... It looks like my speed? No, intellect went up by 1 from taking that. Okay, anyway. Some pretty cool stuff in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to save scum here, and I'm going to drink out of this and see what it does to me. I'm wondering if it won't kill me. If my research has taught me anything, it's that drinking from strange pools rarely has a salubrious effect, Calistage shrugs. But if you feel you must submit yourself to pain, be my guest. Yeah,
I can't die.
Okay, it burns on the way down. Take 5 damage. Okay, leave it. Yeah, I was thinking that maybe that was, you know, there's times in the game where it's like, oh, you do this, and it basically kills you, and you go into your mind labyrinth. And I was wondering if that was one of those things. I've got, let's see, is this health? That's might. Where's my health pool? It's intellect. Do I have anything that actually heals just straight health? I guess not. What is that? Speed. Yeah, I don't. And I don't think I have any effects or spells or whatever. What is this? Yeah, active. Bummer. What does this do? 15 energy damage to all characters. Yeah. Bummer. Okay. Well, poopy. I don't think I have anything that will let me heal anybody. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything here that would let me heal. Yeah, evidently I don't have any items that'll heal. What is this? Movement speed. Yeah. Infused crystalline shard. Yeah, I don't see any way to heal myself here. But he's in pretty bad shape. So anyway. Alright, well we're gonna end it here.
Learning begets doing.
Next video.
Or is it the other way?
We're gonna talk to Phoenix here. And then we'll go check out this man, I forget what they're called. Mirums, something like that, which I'm assuming will teleport us over here so we can check out this stuff. So that would be my guess. So we got the mask that this dude over here is looking for. You know, actually, I didn't really look at that. Okay, so that I can use the bronze sphere, but I can't use this. It's just a quest item. So, and I don't think it gave me a quest for because that guy's looking for a bard, the 3-in-1 guy, Blob in 3 or whatever. He said he was looking for a bard or somebody to join him. What's going on? Yeah, my endless horror. What is my secondary quests? The necropolis. Children of the Endless Gate have made a slaughterhouse of the valley. The only way they'll leave is if I can close their gate in the necropolis somehow. Yeah, I got to get into the necropolis tombs. Then I have a fathom inside my mind labyrinth that I have to deal with. It has shadow or sorrow shards that I have to fight. So anyway, we'll talk to Phoenix next time. And then teleport on over and figure out what we can figure out and try to get him healed. I know I can go over here and rest. You know, and this thing has some heals in it. But right now I'm up here, so we'll figure it out. Anyway, thanks so much for watching the Shane Plays Let's Play series of Sword Coast Legend, the Torment, Tides of Numenera. I'm really enjoying this game. I think it's really good. Enjoying the story. I'm enjoying all these surreal sort of technology and magic and just the tone and feel of the Ninth World. You know, so I hope you're enjoying it. Please leave this video or a thumbs up and maybe a comment. That helps me out tremendously. And please consider subscribing to the channel. We will catch you next time on Shane Plays.